Here's another good one for California. It's a sad reality that the people in California that run this state are totally hell-bent on being totally, utterly insane and psychopathic and retarded. You get a load of this. California only allowing milk or water in kids' meals. That is a bill that they want to pass in the House. And that's public. It's not a schools. It's out in public. You go to a restaurant and your kid can't drink anything other than water and milk. Who do these people think that they are? I mean, not only the federal government, the state governments have absolutely lost their entire minds, thinking that they can control people's lives. And they're overstepping their boundaries by far, okay? The whole function of government is to protect the minority of the public. And who is the minority? It's not a cultural group. It's a singular entity, which is you. Doesn't matter what color you are. You are individually the most single minority of everything against the whole society. That's why you were supposed to be protected from the majority. The majority did not have the say-so because the majority has always been wrong. And this shows why. Listen to this. Just listen to this, ladies and gentlemen.
Apparently, those are the
Excuse me.
choices kids may soon get at restaurants in
What
California.
about juice or something else? A new bill on its way to the governor's desk aims to reduce childhood obesity, a serious issue, and access to sugary drinks. But is it really the state's place to tell your kids what they can?
No shit. That's what I'm getting at. The state is, what are they going to be taxing or regulating how you play with yourself next, how you wipe your ass? I mean, they want to regulate how much water you use every day, and if you use too much, they're going to fine you. I mean, what are they going to do next? They're talking about balloons, and they're talking about all kinds of the dumbest freaking things. Next thing they're going to say, you can only breathe so many times a day. I mean, when does it ever stop? The insanity of the insane people. I mean, this is outlandish, man.
And cannot drink.
Host of the aptly named Mike Slater Show, Mike Slater, joins us now from San Diego to discuss. Mike, what's your take on this beverage bill?
Yeah, guys, it amazes me always the progressives' instinct to ban things that they don't like. Whether in California it's banning plastic bags or straws or even speech. The president did an amazing job yesterday speaking out against progressives and tech companies kicking out conservatives. It's all in the same world here. The far left fundamentally does not believe in freedom. They believe in control, and this is a perfect example of that.
So you're in California. The legislators brought this to Assembly. It's going to the desk of the governor here soon. But do you get a sense that the parents in California want this, or is this just a fringe left, sort of Sacramento thing or legislator thing?
100%. So Samuel's, I despise when the government gets involved in people's life like this. That's from the core of my being and every fiber of my being. I hate it. To paraphrase Samuel Johnson a couple hundred years ago, he said, banning things like this, or people who want to ban things like this, elites who want to ban things like this, they are the last refuge of scoundrels. We live in a free country.
And that's actually the truth. They have nothing else that they can attack, so they're going to attack anything and everything because they've actually lost control. So they're going to pick on any little stupid thing that they can. And just to agitate people, just to create more havoc and more problems because they don't know how to fix things. They create more problems instead of actually fixing something or actually removing something instead of adding more to it. See, sometimes we need less of, not more of. And sometimes maybe we should stop voting on these guys. I mean, really. The day that they know that we don't give a shit about them, when we stop listening to them every day, we don't respond to them, then that actually shows them that we don't care about them and we're not going to react off of their actions. That's one of the things that people haven't figured out yet. They have you controlled because what they say, they know they're going to get a reaction. And so they do it in a masterful way that you think that you got control. You think you're the opposition to the government or these politicians. No, you don't. They actually know, they know how to manipulate you by the way that they act to get you to respond. So that if they want you to do something or get on board on a bill or something, they know how to craftfully outsmart the smartest people and get you to go down there and put your Hancock or your little X, whatever it may be, to help play into what they are doing. And that is an absolute fact. And most people, like I've said in the beginning of this, majority of the time, the majority has been wrong. The reason that they have been wrong is because they've been listening to a handful of psychopaths. Only psychopaths seek power, seek positions of power. These people aren't there really to help anybody. They are there to help themselves and the clan that the little circle, the little clique that they hang out with. Those are the beneficiaries to all of their actions, not you little people. Believe me, not you one bit. Do you think that they give a rat's ass shit about you? No, they don't. And never trust what these people say. Words are words. It's just expelled shit out of their mouths.
I don't drink soda. I have 2 kids. I don't let them drink soda. It's not good for you. Everyone knows it's not good for you. But we live in a free country. Your role is to persuade people not to drink soda if you don't think it's good for them. And if they still want to drink 3 gallons a day, then so be it. It's a free country. You can't force them. And I hate this progressive mindset that says you should be able to force people.
You know, Mike, Rachel made a great point earlier about the idea that you've got California lawmakers who have said, okay, we're going to legalize pot, but we might crack down on Coke, as in Coca-Cola, to be clear. But then on top of that, I would add, what about the fact we've heard about all these sanctuary cities, maybe even an entire sanctuary state of California, where you won't enforce the immigration laws, but now we're going to tell kids you can't have pop.
Yeah, good point,
so
huh?
Victor Davis Hanson calls this
is how retarded they
syndrome. It's named after Mayor Michael Bloomberg when he was the mayor of New York City, and he went on this big moral crusade against sugar and salt and soda and fatty drinks and stuff like that. But in 2010, there was a big blizzard, and he and the city were completely incompetent in cleaning and clearing the streets. People were stuck in their homes for days.
Right.
So when you have local politicians who go either on these big crusades, like international issues about like Israel and Palestine,
they don't give a shit about you. Like I said, this is why that the foreigners and immigrants that are coming in here and blah, 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 they're getting actually more help than our own people, which is really mind-blowing. So who do these people serve? I mean, this is where it's come down to realistically. Irrelevant to this president or the next president or the last president, it doesn't matter. It's not going to get fixed, ladies and gentlemen, by trying to fix it through the inside. It's that corrupted. It's that mentally inept and it's never going to get fixed by the inside. So basically, in our precepts of our Constitution, to stop this madness is to disembark this government and start a new one. You start a new one and say, bye-bye, you no longer are serving our needs, goodbye, and go back to whatever you're doing, and you're not a part of this anymore. This is how you do it. Yeah, somebody's going to cause some problems, somebody's going to drop some blood, and something might happen. Whatever it happens, but if we don't do something one day or another, we're going to have to do something about it. Because eventually, you have to do something about it. One way or another. And I guarantee you it is not going to be going to a poll like a little retard thinking that your check mark is going to fix this problem by getting somebody in there. There's no savior out there, okay? The problem is the problem. need a convention. We need to get our minds together and be diplomatic about it, get rid of these people, and institute a new institution that will not have these ill effects and will make sure that people are totally accountable for their actions. No more diplomatic immunities and then in the lower agencies, the same thing from cities to counties, and our police officers will be accountable for their freaking actions. No more carte blanche, getting past, getting out of it. No more of that shit, because it creates more corruption. Everybody that does something wrong in the inside, they're going to keep covering it up and covering it up. This is what we have. So pretty much what it boils down to, if you like it or not, or believe it or not, the corruption is so bad, again, it cannot be fixed by the inside. So reality has to come around and face the facts that one day or another you're going to have to stand up to this. Absolutely. And not violently. There's a way to do this. And then when they attack you, you have all rights to do whatever means is necessary. But otherwise, you do it like you should do it and move on and start getting this thing fixed up. And you know what? This is just a sign right here, allowing kids to drink milk and water, and that's it. Who in the F do they think they are to be able to tell people what they can and can't do? Like this. This is absolutely insanity. And it's just the tip of the iceberg of the insanity. This, because it's so minusculely stupid, this shows how bad and intellectually inept that they are. But they're dangerous people. It's obviously how dangerous that they are, because they think that they can infringe and tell everybody what to do, how to do it, what's good and what's bad for them, whatever.
Or silly petty issues like this, you can be 100% certain that they're doing a terrible job at their actual job.
Yeah, it's
Absolutely.
a lack of priorities, no question about
Totally.
it.
California is the poster child for this.
And a slippery slope. I mean, in California, it's pretty trendy, to
Oh yeah, I know. I grew up here, man, and I've watched the retardation just manifest throughout the years, and I'm like, wow. And I've always been like this oddity, because I look at people and I'm like, really, you actually believe in this retardation, this fucking illusion? I mean, it's just, how in the hell can you be that blind? It really is amazing. Yeah, I would love to live in a world that is a utopia, but it's not a reality. I mean, we can have some sanity, but there's never going to be a utopia. Always somebody's going to do something wrong one way or another. And the way we should have our system is so we can catch these people and stop it so it doesn't manifest to what we have right now. We have so much corruption on so many levels. It's like, where do we begin? And that is the problem. We have the media constantly lying to us. We have bankers ripping us off without a gun. Our legal system is just totally needs to be revamped and reworked. So it's a true justice system and not a admiralty law type of shit. Get our lands back. Real voting system where it actually is a real true voting system, not the crap that it is right now, because this is a scam game. And fix our political structure and our servants. How they serve, how long they can serve, what they can and can't do, specifically, and very specific language, so it's not misconstrued, or they can say 5 years from now, that's not what they were saying. Bullshit. It will be written out where that if you start to question the way it's written out, you're going to already show that you're a troublemaker and a problem, and you're going to be axed, or we are going to put you in jail. That's the way it should be working, because that makes you going against your oath. Everybody is an oath violator, pretty much the way I look at it in my book.
eliminate wheat from your diet? Will they ban wheat? Will they ban dairy? I'm from Wisconsin. We would not like that. So
The next thing they're going to tell you can only shit once a day.
yeah, I think we can see it going on and on.
Oh, it'll never end, right? Like I was on a couple weeks ago, we talked about California banning straws. Now there's a new thing about California wanting to ban balloons. It will never end, guys. Like they'll never be satisfied.
It'll never
Progressives will
end.
never sit back and be like, you know what?
Until you
I think
stop
we're good now. This is good. Never.
it.
They'll always keep going.
Mike Slater, we are good. Thank
Birthday
you very
parties
much.
will never be the same.
Birthday parties will never be the same.
Yeah, this is
Mike Slater,
ridiculous.
you were good.
It's absolutely ridiculous, the insanity of the insane groups in this country, left, right, it doesn't matter, okay? Everybody's playing football. Quit playing. It's not a team here. You're not on their team. Believe me. They don't give a shit about you. Quit fucking rooting for them because they don't give a shit about you. Literally. So, your team, this is the way I see it. Everybody thinks that their team's got to win. And I've heard it from people. I'm 50-something years old. Well, I want them. Who gives a fuck? I don't even give a shit about it. Most of these people, as a matter of fact, most of these people that come up in front of the public's eye that are in government, if I saw them dying on the side of the road, I wouldn't stop and help them. That's about how low I think about them. I mean, I don't care how wealthy they are or anything. To me, they're just a fucking low-life swamp shit, whatever.